Alright YouTube, it is me, Random Ross, and welcome to what is a tag video response. And this is the Freddy and Jason tag. I've been tagged, I was tagged ages ago by Sean Urshan to do this tag, Freddy Krueger Tag, and I've never got round to it till now, and I thought I love Jason as well, so I want to do. I don't think I was tagged to do the Jason tag, but I'm going to do that anyway in this video, so I thought I'd put them both together and even wear my Freddy vs Jason shirt to mark the video. Okay, so first the Freddy Krueger tag. So there are 8 questions in total, and if you can hear that noise, I have the computer on because I can't be asked to write these down, so I've just looked on Lisa Loves' video and I'm reading the questions out here. So, question 1. What is your favourite dream sequence? I have to say, I like the dream sequence in the original, when Tina's having her dream and she sees in the alleyway Freddy with his arms waving around, then he goes, "This is God." And then he also rips her to shreds in her dream. Also, I did a Horror Talk discussion recently on the Nightmare franchise, so you can check that out whenever you wish. Back to the tag. What is your favourite film in the franchise? Probably the first film. Yeah, it's got to be the original. Written, directed by Wes Craven, and yeah, it's a good slasher, and was intended to just be a standalone film. Okay, question 3. Do you think A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 should have followed the events of the first film more, or do you think it works as a standalone film? Well, Wes Craven, like I said, didn't want a sequel to this made, and he had no involvement in it. And I think Hollywood or whatever, they wanted to make another one because they made so much from the first film. But it's a completely different story. And to be honest, I don't know what it's on about. Freddy's revenge. Who's he getting revenge on? Because it has none of the protagonists from the first film in it. So, yeah, from its title, I kind of think it should have followed on from the first film. Next, question 4. What is... what is your favourite kill in the franchise? I do like Johnny Depp's scene where he gets swallowed up by the bed and erupts like a volcano all over the place and is killed and that. But also I do like the kill that... yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, and then there's Tina's death where she's in her dream and Freddy's like lifting her up and he's clawing her and that. But yeah, I like Johnny Depp's scene more because it actually... when I first saw this as a little kid, I know, right? I thought, I'm not going to bed tonight. I don't want to get eaten by the bed. Okay, that's question 4. Question 5. Is Freddy vs Jason better as a Friday the 13th film or a Nightmare on Elm Street film? Both is my answer to that. It's like the first lot of the film, it takes place in Springwood, and it's like a Nightmare on Elm Street with Jason in, and then like the finale takes place in Crystal Lake, and then it's like a Friday the 13th film with Jason and that. So I think it works as both a Nightmare and Friday the 13th film is my answer to that. Question 6. What is your favourite... Who is your favourite final girl in the franchise? The other one that I can think of and know of is Nancy Thompson from Nightmare 1, 3, and she played herself Heather Langenkamp in the 7th film, New Nightmare. So yeah, I'm going to go with Nancy because she's the most memorable one to me, and probably many others. Question 7. What would you like to see in the next installment? Well, apparently there is a reboot in the works again. I don't know, but obviously I'd like to see more creative kills. Try not to be too much like the original, and probably a better Freddy. I mean, I did like Jackie Earle Haley in the remake, but basically you can't just take that role away from Robert Englund. I'd like to see him back in it too, even though he's like 71, he still looks good for it, and he, still, the character's his, right? Okay, and the final question. Reenact your favourite line from the franchise. Well, I've given you one already. Well, yeah, this is God. And others are bon appetit, bitch. Yeah, those are one of my favourite memorable ones. And welcome to prime time, bitch. Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else? No? Okay, so let's get on to the next part of this video, and it is the Jason Voorhees tag. And now for the Jason Voorhees tag. And just need to get... here we go. 8 questions again. So, question 1. If there was never a sequel to the original movie from 1980, would it still be considered a classic? So if there was I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think it would be, because Jason pretty much took the franchise and made it his own. And I mean, it is good, the first film with Pamela Voorhees and that, but I don't know. I just think it's the franchise is clearly known for Jason, even though he wasn't the original killer. Please excuse the noise outside. I've got the window open because it's red hot. So no, I don't think it would have been memorable for me if there were no sequels to it. I think they slightly overdid it with the sequels, but I don't think it would be what we wouldn't have Jason Voorhees if we didn't. I mean, all it'll be is a flashback sequence from the first film. Alright, question 2. What is your favourite Friday the 13th movie in the franchise? Yeah. Favourite one so far, it's Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. I mean, Jason, he's this is where we get undead Jason, and he comes back from the dead and becomes a supernatural badass. So I'm going to go with Part 6, Jason Lives. Also, I like to think of it Part 4, 5 and 6 like the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, and it's a good conclusion to it. Okay, question 3. What is your least favourite Friday the 13th movie? Well, among the worst ones, I would say that that Part 8 is not good, and Jason X isn't, but I'm probably going to go with Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday, because for one, he's only in 2 sequences, the beginning and the finale, and in that film he was only in them 2 sequences, and then throughout the rest of the film he kept jumping from body to body, and yeah, I just wasn't a fan of that. Question 4. Who is your favourite final girl in the franchise? Well, if it was final guy, I'd say Tommy Jarvis, but final girl, I would say probably Alice from the first film. I mean, she did get killed early on in the second film, but she actually put up a good fight in the first film. I would say her. Question 5. What's your favourite kill in the Friday franchise? Now, I have a lot of favourite kills, such as the bed impalement in Part 2, and that. I'm probably going to go with the sleeping bag kill from Part 7. I mean, Part 7's not great, but still, it has memorable moments. I'm going to go with the bit where Jason gets that girl in the sleeping bag and just smacks her along the tree. That's a good kill, and I do like that one. So that was question 5. Question 6. Who is your favourite actor to play Jason? Now, yeah, this guy, I don't think he got the best Friday storylines to work with, but it's got to be Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder played Jason the longest, and I really wish he would have come back for. I really wish they'd let him come back for Freddy versus Jason, but they had created differences and what have you. But that was Kane's big dream, to fight Freddy. But yeah, it's Kane Hodder. But if my second favourite, Ted White. But yeah, Kane Hodder gets this one for me. Okay, question 7. Were you happy with the events of part 5? And if not, what would you have done differently? Part 5. I actually like part 5. I don't really. I think of it as one of the Friday films, but I don't. I consider it as a good slasher. Okay, it's a good slasher film, but yeah, it doesn't really have Jason in. I mean, he does have a few illusion sequences with Tommy in his head, but other than that, I think they were trying to go in a different approach, and I did like part 5. But yeah, they were like trying to keep the legacy of Jason alive, and of course it didn't work. But I like Friday the 13th Part 5. It's a good enough sequel for me. Well, at least a good enough slasher, standalone slasher, with the inspiration of Jason. And the final question: do you think Freddy vs. Jason should? Do you think the next Friday the 13th should be a remake of the 1980 movie, or a sequel to the 2009 remake, or a whole new story? Well, they've sort of done this with Halloween, with the sequels and what have you. You see, Halloween, they did this whole, this new Halloween that's coming up, we know it's a direct sequel to the first film and that, and stuff. Do you know what? I would like to see a whole new story, but sort of still have like a whole quick flashback sequence at the beginning, like the 2009 remake did, but still have a completely different story. In fact, I envisioned what if they did a Friday the 13th reboot, which would be the start of a slasher cinematic universe. You know, like they did with The Mummy and that, but that failed miserably. But I still love to. Yeah, so my answer to that, completely different story I'd like to see. So that's been the Freddy and the Jason tag. So now I think I'm supposed to tag some people, but like I said, I'm a bit late to doing this video. So I'm seeing that a lot of people have done this tag. So do you know what? I'm just going to tag whoever's watching. If you're watching this video now and you want to do this tag, then by all means feel free to do it. So yeah, that's been pretty much it for this tag. I thought instead of doing separate videos, I'll do it all in one go with this, because I've got another tag video to do, because I was tagged by Lisa Loves to do it and that. But yeah, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All my social media links, Facebook group, The Random Horror Madhouse, my Twitter, Instagram, all of it is linked down below in the description, so you can check it out now. So, until next time, don't have nightmares. Well, try not to.